What is up, guys? It's your boy Aswell. I'm here, back with another World of Warcraft video for the War Within, and today we're talking about possibly one of the biggest exploits in the early access. I mean, there could be bigger exploits out there, but this one is very huge. It is very huge for gold making, but pretty much for anyone who cares about their professions in general. You can skill up professions almost for free, and you can sometimes make a lot of gold back by doing so as well. It really depends on the profession that you have, and this has to do with work orders. Now, work orders were supposed to not be here in early access, but some people, well, I mean, they said it wasn't supposed to be here, and it's basically not here in the early access, but some people noticed very early that when you unlock the third specialization, you will get 2 work orders show up. Now, for the most part, those are 2 work orders that we currently can not do. Once again, that depends on your profession, what you've chosen, and also what, your profession, what you've chosen, which recipes you have, and so on, but for the most part it's things you cannot do. That being said, this exploit or bug right here will show you how to spawn work orders. That's right, you start with 2, you can have 30 plus, so you can spawn as many as you want to be able to fulfill those crafting orders and get the rewards. Now, I will say, I'm going to show you how this works. So I did this myself. I was spawning work orders, but I did never do any of the work orders, so I was just setting this up, getting to the point of getting the work orders to spawn to see that it works, and I can confirm it does work, or at least it did yesterday. I'm waiting 24 hours here after both trying this out and reporting it to Blizzard, so hopefully they have fixed it, because it's a bug, glitch, exploit that I don't want you to do, because I think it's bannable. So once again, it's just me showing you an exploit that's in the game. I think it's bad for the game, and I would just rather show that it exists, rather than just keep it behind closed doors and just let some people abuse this. So what you're going to see right now is me spawning in a bunch of work orders and checking out their rewards. And how this works, it is such a dumb, easy, and weird exploit slash bug. All you have to do is get to the point of unlocking 2 work orders, so NPC work orders, the Patron work orders. You get to the point of being able to unlock 2 of them, which usually happens at around 65 skill, depends on your profession, but around 65, between 65 and 80 somewhere. And you unlock that first Patron work order, then you log out, you log back in, and every time you do this, you will gain +1 work order. So you log out once, let's just start, you start with 2, you log out once, you log back in, you have 3. Log out, log in, now you have 4. Log out, log in, now you have 5. And you will see this on the screen right now in a sped up footage, just like 2x, we're speeding this one up to see this. You can see the amount of orders we have right now. We're logging out, we're logging back in, and you will see the amount of orders that we have when we log back in. And this does not only work with engineering, by the way, also works with enchanting. We tried a couple of professions last night. I personally tried enchanting and engineering. Can confirm it works for those 2, and I would assume it works for more professions as well. Now, the rewards are always the same. They will give you 1 of those skill points increases, as you can see there. We have the epic ones, we have the green ones, and just like the basic rewards kind of. And they rune, augmentation rune, of course. So you can get an augmentation rune back for these work orders, and one of those plus skill items from the Artisans Consortium. Now, engineering is really expensive to make these orders, but if you go to enchanting and you spec into deceptive decorations, most of the Patron work orders you would get right now are in deceptive decorations, which you can craft for about 300 gold, I think it is, and every single, like, look at the Patron work orders and the rewards we have, every single one of them gives an augmentation rune, so you can turn about 300 to 400 gold through a deceptive decoration, which they provide some materials for as well. You can turn that into an augmentation rune, so you can get those runes for 400 gold. In addition to that, if you have inscription and you do this, you get a bunch of public work orders for treatises, which gives you free skill points. And in that case, once again, a lot of the materials are given to you by the NPCs, the Patron crafting work orders. They give you some of the materials, and then you have to supply some of them as well. So you will get much cheaper skill points than you would otherwise get. If you have engineering, you can, or even blacksmithing, or you're focusing on being a quote-unquote gear crafter, and you have to spend acuity to craft the gear, right? The blue gear pieces for professions. the patrons, the NPCs, they will provide that acuity, so you can get that first time craft bonus without spending your own acuity, and without spamming trade chat telling people that you can make that item. It might be an expensive knowledge point system to get, but you can skill up this way, and if you're speccing into crafting gear, and you craft those blue tools, that is also +1 skill point, and that is +1 skill point at very high skill, like 100+ skill. So once again, you can spawn in as many work orders as you want. We spawned in over 20 of them. Now, once again, I'm only here to show you how that this exploit works, and I'm once again saying that I'm not doing any of the work orders myself, because I think the risk to reward here is too much in the risk ratio, to the point where I don't feel like we gain that much benefit. Once again, you're not getting the knowledge point rewards from these work orders that you're spawning. You're only getting the augmentation rune and those plus skill point items that you can use, like those optional reagents or the Artisans Consortium payout, which in some cases give you some materials back. But you're not getting any acuity, you're not getting any knowledge points, but you can skill up professions much cheaper than usual, and you can get some very cheap augmentation runes, and you can spawn in work orders by logging out and logging in, which is so weird. I don't understand like how that works. In like the backend coding, I just simply don't understand how that works. But yeah, logging out and logging back in gives you +1 work order, and some people have already abused this to make a bunch of gold. Some of those optional reagents are sellable, so they're selling those on the auction house and crashing the prices of those right now as well. And once again, gives you cheap augment runes that you can sell to people when the raids open. Think about mythic raids when they open. They want to have those augment runes, and you can get them right now for a few hundred gold each if you spec into either enchanting or inscription. Because once again, some of those work orders for both enchanting and inscription, they're just way too cheap to fulfill, and you get an augmentation rune on basically every single work order that you are currently spawning. So once again, just an exploit. Wanted to show this to you because we were supposed to have early access with no advantages, and I'm not gonna lie, I feel like the early access has had quite a few advantages, and these bugs and exploits are just some of them. And yeah, it's crazy. I was hoping to not have any bugs like this, especially after Dragonflight, which had a lot of bugs and exploits. I was hoping that they would maybe fix most of it for the War Within and maybe listen to some feedback based on the beta, but hey, it is what it is, right? So that's the exploit. With that being said, if you want to make gold without exploits, check out my War Within Goldmaking Guide, where we talk about a bunch of ways to make gold, both by farming and also by crafting. The link to that guide will be down below. When you buy the guide, you also get access to a Discord community where I give you guys early access to gold making videos and exclusive gold making videos as well. It is honestly a great place to be. I mean, I'm very biased here, but once again, you can go to the guide itself and read some reviews on the guide and see what people have to say. Alternatively, just ask people in stream. I'm streaming probably right now on Twitch, and a bunch of people in chat also have the guide, so you can ask them how they feel, and then you can get a non-biased opinion on the guide. The feedback has been really good so far, and that makes me very happy. I'm super proud of the guide, and I'm trying to give you guys the most value that I can to the purchase that you made. Either way, thank you for watching. I really do appreciate it. I will see you all in the next video very soon. We're also getting very close to 50k subs, by the way, which if we got to 50k by the War Within, that would be insane, like through the War Within's videos, because that's been a huge goal of mine for a long time, and I want to thank you guys so much for the support over here on YouTube. Either way, thank you for watching. I will see you again in the next video very soon.